Martić won her first round match against Misaki Sakaki. Misaki Doi. I think that's how you pronounce her last name. And Petra won her match in straight sets 7-6, 7-5. Which surprised me because I'm used to sitting through like tight 3-setter matches with Petra that goes like well on about 3 hours, a little bit over 3 hours long. So this match was like an hour and 48 minutes. So the fact that she actually got through a match that was like less than 2 hours long, that's amazing right there for her. That's a win right there for her as well. The match was a typical Petra Martić match, how she's been playing all season. Like, she starts off slow in the first set. She either wins it or she either loses it. But, yeah, Misaki actually started off. I think she got into the first set. I think she got up to, like, 3-love in the first set. And then Petra started coming back. And then it was a tie break. And then they had a tiebreak. And then in the second set, Petra, she started playing. She started off that second set playing really well. I think she got up to like 3-love as well. But then Misaki started coming back. And then it seems like when Petra has a lead, like she don't know how to like close it out. Because that no-name player coming back in that second set like that and going up in the first set like that, like, she shouldn't be struggling against these no-names like that. Petra plays Kruder and Dorfmeister next round, and she played her before. I remember I watched her, she played her, I think it was like the 3rd or 4th round in Wuhan last year, and that was the only Kruder-Mentova match that I watched, and I don't remember much from that match, so she's not that memorable, because she has a little bit more pressure on her this tournament this time around because she has all those quarterfinal points to defend. And none of that old, tired, struggling against these old no-name players. Like, she needs to continue to play lights out tennis and play like she's a top 15 seed here. Her seeding is 13, and that's how she should play. Don't let these no-name players, feel like get confidence for winning a set, because these chicks who she's playing in the early rounds, like, these chicks are the most deadliest ones. Like they say, the most dangerous player you can play against is a player who has nothing to lose. Like these low-ranked players who she's playing in the early rounds, like these players they don't have nothing to lose. Like, man, they probably like ranked outside like the top 200 or whatever. So don't give these players confidence to get like a set off you. That's all you need. That's all the confidence that they need, and you can watch yourself drop in an early round just like that. It's like it was a British massacre. Okay, they lost 5 British players, and lost in the first round. That's like half of the British players, because it's not really that many. Well, not that many good ones. But I digress. And another thing that caught my attention when I was watching the Petra Martić matches, they was playing a night match at the French Open. I was like, what? Is my eyes deceiving me? Because this Petra Martić Misaki Doi match, this is the first match that I watched at this tournament. Because I really don't I don't have any interest to watch any of the first round matches. I think they kind of bored and pointless. Like, the people who gonna win, they usually do win, so I don't see no point in watching. I don't start getting interested until like the 3rd or 4th round, and I'm not one of these people who watches every player, and because I don't think that I ever watched a night match at the French Open before, because it's like less annoying to having the match suspended because it's getting dark outside and then having it go over to the next day. So I hope they play night matches. I hope they play this. I hope this is a permanent change, because I know there's like different circumstances or whatever, because they playing in like September. So, and they're playing in like unique weather conditions because it's a lot more cooler in September. Just like I think Victoria Azarenka, she was complaining about it being cold outside or something. I'm like, girl, just go out there and play for real. Like, don't be complaining. Okay, if it's too cold, then you can walk out court. You can go home and be a mom. Okay, if you want to complain about it being too cold, because I'm pretty sure once you started getting out there and start playing against those players who are hungry, like you're gonna heat up, like warm up real quick. So we'll be complaining about the weather. And then she gonna try to make an argument like, I live in Florida. I'm like, girl, it is late September. You're gonna be playing in cooler conditions, much more cooler conditions than what you'll be playing in like May and June when this tournament takes place. And it was also some controversy with Christina Mladenovic. Like, man, this girl's always got some controversy behind her. And I don't even think that it was that controversial. It was something about a double ball boss or something. And she blew like a set. She was up like 5-1 and she blew a set point. And she ultimately ended up losing the match. And then old washed up Martina Navratilova had something to say. She was all like, oh, it's the Empire's fault. I'm like, okay. I get it. They're legends and their, opinion's supposed to have weight. But they always running their mouths and they always have something to say about everything. Martina Navratilova, Billie Jean King, that other woman, I forgot her name is, who's always biased against the Williams sisters. And like, I respect their opinion, but if it's biased, then we don't need that over here. Go take that someplace else. And more importantly, was that same referee that Serena Williams went off on? I'm gonna miss Serena when she's retired from the tour. I'm gonna miss those antics. But it's not like Kiki Mladenovic can actually win a slam on her own. Like, yeah, she's a good doubles player, and she can only win slams in doubles. And she's kinda, sorta like a decent player. I mean, like, I think it was a couple of years ago, she was top 10. But then she got a back injury a couple of years ago, around the time when she was like top 10, and she has not been the same in singles since. The only times I watch a Kiki Mladenovic match is when Petra Martić gave her those 4 critical beatdowns last year. She beat her 4 times in a row, and the last time they played in 2019 in Wuhan, Petra Martić flipped her off. Like, no one likes this chick on tour. Kiki Mladenovic, she's one of the biggest drama queens ever. When Angelique Kerber called Bianca Andreescu the biggest drama queen ever, Angelique, she obviously didn't spend any time around any of these French women on tour, because these French players, these women, they're some of the biggest drama queens on earth. Oh well, anyways, Kiki Mladenovic, she's been playing like trash since 2018 anyways. And speaking of trash, Donna Vekić was knocked out in the first round. Is anyone surprised? Donna lost in straight sets, 3-6, 4-6 to Irina Bara, some Romanian no-name. Told you she been playing like trash lately when I did that video about her blowing up at Anna Samova for taking that medical time out. Like, she needs to be focusing on her game. That's what I said. And then look, she lost in the first round. And I was going to watch this match, but I was like, why bother? Because every time I watch a Donna Vekić match, she ends up losing anyways. Yeah, I know I'm always coming for Donna and riding her hard like she did with Vika. The only time I like this chick is when she's hanging around with Petra Martić. I must admit, they look really cute together. Other than that, Donna is a mentally weak, choking ATP Men's Tour groupie, and I don't care what anyone says. Because it's not like any of her fans are going to come to her defense, because her fans don't care if she wins or lose, because most of her fans are drooling, knuckle dragging Neanderthals. They only watch her because she's hot. That seems to be the general majority of Donna Vekic's fan base. Her fan base is as brain dead as she is, like how she played in that match. And this has been Counterpuncher, and I'm out!